If someone impersonates you online, what kind of crime is that? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Thomas Murt. Thanks so much for being with us.
Hi, Jill. Great to be here.
We're talking about a piece of legislation that is currently in Harrisburg, and it actually amends the current crime code related to online impersonation, because right now these types of crimes are actually difficult to prosecute unless they involve monetary loss. Give us an idea as to what these crimes currently include and why they can be challenging to prosecute.
Well, the nexus of this legislative initiative, Jill, was that a school teacher in the Delaware Valley had an account set up for her by two students, unbeknownst to the teacher. And the two students used the teacher's fictitious account to harass another student, send threatening emails and so forth. And when the teacher was approached by this, she had no knowledge of this account existing. And whether it's the use of the social network or the internet or email or texting, this is certainly wrong, but it should also be criminal. It is criminal at the current time if there is a loss of, if there are a monetary loss. And, but we think that someone's reputation that has been injured, or someone who has been defrauded or intimidated or threatened or harassed, that is criminal behavior too, even if it doesn't result in a monetary loss to the victim. So this legislation says that anybody who sets up, uses the internet or technology for that purpose, even if there's not a monetary loss, can be charged with a third-degree misdemeanor, which would result in could result in time in jail and also a monetary fine.
So in this case that you actually mentioned, where two students impersonated their teacher for the purposes of harassing one of their peers, was there any recourse for this teacher?
No, there wasn't. I don't believe the teacher pursued it in a civil setting. However, the students were not charged with any criminal offense because there was not an actual monetary loss to the teacher. And as I suggested, even if there's not a monetary loss, the injury to someone's reputation and that would result of such harassment or such threatening behavior is criminal behavior, because, you know, we all spend much time building up our professional reputation, and it could be destroyed with one keystroke of your computer. And we think that this is, it's more than symbolic. We think that it is justice. We also think there needs to be a message sent to the younger generation that, you know, this is not funny, that this is a serious act.
So are you saying this is a case, as technology changes, the law needs to coincide?
That's correct. And we know that every endeavor, every industry changes and evolves with society and with technology especially. And this is a venue that certainly should also be updated as well.
Now, you mentioned some of the penalties associated with this legislation. Would these penalties apply, the case that we were talking about involved minors, would these penalties apply in all cases, or are we talking about penalties associated with those charges as adults? We're
talking about charges for an adult. However, if the act is especially egregious or very harmful, a judge could decide, or a district attorney could recommend, that the children be tried as adults. So this is certainly very serious, and even a juvenile that is adjudicated based on such an offense can certainly you know, face some very stiff penalties.
And we just have a short time left, but similar legislation has already passed in other states.
That's correct. Over a year ago, California enacted such a legislation because they were also seeing the problems that we have observed in Pennsylvania.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Jill.
We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Thomas Murt. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.